There's an entire video to be made about the 5 minutes that goes on in these offices before the video starts, where it's mostly just abuse of everybody of all parties. This is the Anfield Wrap lunchtime roundup, where it appears we like each other, but I've just been slagged off here for 3 minutes. Then Gibbo's put the boot into Robbo. It's been ruthless. I hope everyone thinks I'm sitting up straight, especially Kel.
And the framing, how's the framing? Is the framing all right?
How's the framing? Listen, thank you very much for clicking play on both YouTube or Facebook if you've done that. Jurgen Klopp says Benteke will adapt his game, but that also suggests he needs to adapt his game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it hasn't. It's not working, is it, at the moment? Let's be honest.
Well, he's scoring goals. The ball is going into the net.
Every now and again, he's scoring a goal. He can obviously finish, but it's sort of the rest of it, isn't it? I mean, you want to see as a fan, and I imagine as a manager, like patterns of play that will be reproduced over a season. You can go, that's a Liverpool goal. That's how we beat teams. And with Benteke at the moment, you go, not sure here. Not sure. Like, you know, his finishing's great when when he's in and around the box. He's got a hell of a shot on him. Great in the air. So all that bit's good. So I'm not surprised by that comment. Like,
I'm not surprised by that comment. The only thing I'd say is that this is back to, if Benteke needs to adapt his game, for me, and he sort of needs to as well. It helps for me that he's played in the big moment. You know, he's played in the Chelsea win, he's played in the City win. You know, he's been part of those victories. You know, very, very much so. So it helps obviously because Benteke hasn't quite had that. But I do think that, you know, there's ways to beat the poorer sides in this league, and you haven't got to be necessarily brilliant.
No, that's true. That. And we've got to start doing that quite quickly because we're playing a load of the poorer teams now.
Yeah.
And you know, it will be a huge missed opportunity if we don't take those points. Yeah. Because despite the doom and gloom around Newcastle, you're still going to say we can win the league, aren't you?
Absolutely, yeah. Because we can. I mean, you know, they're all the games. They come in order. You win them. They're in front of you, and there's none of them we should be scared of. Absolutely none of them. But there's other decisions that have got to be made around that, and that's why I think taking Coutinho to Sion just is a bit crackers. I mean, surely it's a bit. I mean, we're not sports scientists. We always say that, but all I'm thinking is, surely you just keep him wrapped in cotton wool. He's, you know, Moreno hasn't gone, Ibe hasn't gone, Lucas hasn't gone, and Allen hasn't gone, and I don't think Mignolet's gone either. So, you know, I think it's.
Is it like? Do you think maybe it's? And again, not speaking from a sports scientist point of view, Lee Wright, if you're watching, put a comment below. I know you're a sports scientist, but maybe he needs like a competitive 60 or something. You know, in his legs. I don't know how it works.
I just think it's the idea that it's back to the travel point and all this sort
of
stuff.
Now, it's not that far though, is it?
They haven't trained over there, which is because he was being asked that in the press conference, so maybe they've had a rethink on that. But it's the way in which he says in his press conference, you know, we played them 2.5 months ago, and we played 425 games since then. Well, yeah, you can stop picking all your best players in all the games, mate. But, you know, there's a solution to this, and that's one of them. I mean, I think this is back to the fact that he wants to see them play, and he wants to be, and you know, one of the best ways he can work with them possibly at the minute, because he hasn't had a pre-season, is to get them on the pitch, and I accept all that. But there's got to come a point where you just sort of you play the kids, and we all thought this would be this one.
Yeah, and I think he probably still will in a lot of the positions. I mean, Brad Smith's rumoured to be starting, isn't he?
Do you know what I think it was? He read Gibbo's piece, and he swayed him. Gibbo's piece earlier in the week, his column on Tuesday, where he said, you know, you've got to not play the youngsters.
You've got to play an experienced fella with them.
Yeah, and that's fair enough.
There's something to be said there, though, isn't there?
Yeah.
I mean, if you completely throw out a new 11 that have never seen each other before and go, no pressure, lads, it's a dead rubber. But they'll be going, I'm on the telly here, and it's the Europa League, and it's my big chance, and all that.
That's fair enough. But anyway, we'll see. Let's just make sure we beat West Brom then. All right, Dejan Lovren's been nominated as Barclays Player of the Month. Not something anyone saw coming, but there you are. Well done, Dejan. Yes. Drink a tea in his honour.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dejan. All Liverpool players who achieve.
He's done all right, hasn't he?
He's done all right.
I'm a bit surprised by Player of the Month.
Of the month.
That seems like a big shout.
Lukaku's also been nominated. I'll be picking Lukaku ahead of him.
Dejan's done all right though. He hasn't done anything that I can think of that springs out as being dead mad, which is huge progress.
It is. We'll do some transfer rumours tomorrow on this because we're going to do them now, but we're beginning to run out of time. We don't want these to be too long. Stickers. Someone's made a suggestion about the stickers.
Yeah, someone says, what about doing like self-addressed envelopes with a stamp on, and then we send you some stickers. So
SAE.
If you're up for that idea, put it in the comments because we might do that. Because it's kind of marketing for us, so it works both ways. Let us know.
Yeah, the Anfield Wrap is indeed becoming Why Don't You? which is one for the teenagers and the overseas viewers
Yeah.
there. That's our lunchtime review. All the best.